A Minnesota science teacher in the St. Paul public school system
Okay.
lambasted cell biology lessons,
Oh, boy.
particularly on mitochondrion, for containing capitalist propaganda.
Dear God.
Mandy Jung, a teacher at Highland Park Middle School in
Oh,
St. Paul,
I
Minnesota,
know where
said,
that's in the
that is.
hood, baby.
Yeah.
said lately there has been a lot of conversation about teachers indoctrinating students in their beliefs or to their beliefs. And I always find this funny because our children are seeped in capitalist indoctrination from the second they are born. And she's teaching her kids at Highland Junior High School. And she's getting paid basically because it's a capitalist system. Maybe she'd be preferred to be paid by the state. Well, she is, isn't she? But that's your money.
Mm-hmm.
Jung proceeded to provide the perfect example of how capitalist indoctrination is expressed in her 7th grade science classes. 7th grade science is the year that you learn that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell in all of this cell biology. So at the end of the unit, I have students take a test. And one of the questions is, a person says the nucleus is the most important organelle in the cell. Do you agree or disagree, and why?
I would have said it. I agree. Isn't the nucleus the center?
The Minnesota teacher previously revealed that she used a survey that allows students to conceal gender identity in her classroom. Okay. These are all resources that I use or have used at the beginning of the school year. Please enjoy, the middle school teacher said. The questions ask students about their preferred pronouns and names. Oh, I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. I'm sorry.
That's a cut line.
Yeah. No. Do you agree or disagree, and why? And almost every child says, yes, I agree, because without a boss, the cell would be in total chaos. Jung added that the student's response cracks me up and went on to claim microscopic bacteria were the original anarchists. Bacteria don't have a nucleus, and they are arguably one of the most successful classes of organisms on the planet. Bacteria out here being the original anarchists, right? No nucleus, no master, sees the means of metabolism. I don't know. It's funny to me, she said. Funny how?
Like a
How,
clown?
you think that's
Like a
funny?
nucleus?
Jung frequently posts anti-capitalist views on her social media platforms. For example, she shared on Twitter, "You are not a capitalist. You are an exploited worker with Stockholm syndrome." In another case, Jung recommended a teacher use what appeared to be a Marxist political cartoon about capitalism. The poster said, "Capitalism, we rule you, we fool you, we shoot at you, we eat for you."
What?
Except
the hell?
Jung, it's never worked anywhere. I wonder how you reconcile that. The Minneapolis teacher, well, that's Fox News National. They got it wrong. It's St. Paul. The St. Paul teacher previously revealed that she used a survey that allows students to conceal a gender identity change in her classroom. These are all resources that I use or have used at the beginning of the school year. Please enjoy, she said. The questions ask students about their preferred pronouns and names and whether those can be used when speaking directly with a student's parents. It'll also ask them about who they do not get along with in the classroom. Some of the questions included, what name should I use when speaking to your parents? What pronoun should we use when we talk about you? Choose as many as you want. Is it okay to use the pronouns you selected above when we talk to your parents?
Wow.
Is it okay to use the pronouns you selected above when we talk to other students in the class? A spokesperson for the district referred to existing policy when Fox News Digital asked for comment, which said, respect all students' gender identity and gender expression by honoring the right of students to be identified and addressed by their preferred name and pronoun.
So sick of this pronoun
That we
thing.
live in a country where schools are actively pushing kids to change their gender and hide it from their parents is something I never thought I would face as a parent. Kimberly S. Herman from the Southeastern Legal Foundation told Fox News. She added the surveys administered without parental consent may violate federal law. Surveys like this only violate the law, but they are aimed at separating children from their parents. Parents must know that when schools ask children about their emotional health, sexual identity, and family relationships without parents' consent, they violate federal law, she said. All right.
She's right.
Okay, here's what I want to know. How did Fox get attention of this?
Probably an angry parent. It sounds like an angry parent. She's a science teacher, correct?
Yes.
Yep. 7th grade.
She has
Is
no
this
business.
Fox News or Fox 9?
She has
Fox
no.
local, or no, not local. It's Fox
National.
News.
Yep.
Okay.
How did Fox News nationally get wind of a 7th grade science teacher in St. Paul, Minnesota, who is teaching that cell biology is emblematic of capitalism? How did they come across that? And now that it's out there, do you think it concerns any parent of a Highland Park middle school student?
It would me.
Do you think it concerns any parent of a Highland Park middle school student that this crackpot is giving them surveys about what to call them and how secretive she might or might not have to be when talking to the parent?
In a science class.
Mm-hmm.
And what she's doing, her ridiculous analogy, she's trying to replace what she calls capitalist propaganda, which it's not, with wokeism propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
And none of it has anything to do with science. Science is science. That's how it works. It's funny how the people, oh God.
She sounds like she sounds like she might have the capacity to be a really interesting teacher.
But not a science teacher.
Well, I mean, she has the capacity to put this in words that kids understand. You know, hey, these rogue deals here, they're the original anarchists. You know, she gets them to understand the construction of a cell.
But is she furthering their education?
No.
Is she preparing them for college and then a life in medicine?
No, she's
Or even
stunting
high school.
She's stunting their growth. She's stunting
Exactly.
their learning.
Exactly. And
Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell and the cell biology. So at the end of the unit, I have students take a test. And one of the questions is, a person says the nucleus is the most important organelle in the cell. Do you agree or disagree? And then that gives her, apparently she's terribly amused by their answers because she's going to tell you what the answer is. And she said almost every child says, yes, the nucleus is the center of the cell. And because the teachers say without a boss, the cell would be in total chaos. Well, Jung added the students' responses crack me up because you got to get humor somewhere when you're a 7th grade science teacher. And went on to claim that microscopic bacteria were the original anarchists. Bacteria don't have a nucleus, and they are arguably one of the most successful classes of organisms on the planet. Bacteria out here being the original anarchists, right? No nucleus, no master, seize the means of metabolism. I don't know. It's funny to me, she said. Okay.
so she's with my.
Now here's
awful
something else.
Wait. So she's teaching them the value and the how awesome anarchy is. Is that what I'm getting?
Seems to be part of it.
Yeah.
Fox News Digital asked the St. Paul Public School District whether Jung's commentary is part of its curriculum. And they sent over a science unit used in the district. The district did not answer the question.
No.
Weird.
Good.
Because you had an 87%
not.
increase in administrators between 2000 and 2019, most of whom are in place to help the administration avoid being accountable to anyone.
Well, I think what's
Yeah, but they
clear
got a lot
here
on
is
their mind.
Highland Park clearly needs a marketing director.
At least an assistant.
assistant.
Right.
Yeah.
How many kids do we have listening now? About 4, maybe 6?
Maybe 4.
Yeah, okay. You 4 kids that are listening right now, if any adult in your life tells you, don't tell your parents, the first thing you need to do is tell your parents. Unless,
immediately.
one caveat, unless it's your uncle and he
Yes.
just let you drive the truck down the gravel road
Correct.
and you're only 12,
Mhm.
then definitely don't tell your parents.
She also apparently shows her class a pyramid of capitalist system, a 1911 American cartoon caricature critical of capitalism. Okay, honey, but you have to explain to me, Marxism hasn't worked anywhere. The people trying to get into this country are not trying to get into Venezuela, and they're not trying to get into Cuba. They're trying to leave Venezuela and Cuba. So could you please tell me where in history this worked?
Right.
It hasn't. It doesn't. It
Well,
can't.
it works for those in charge. It just doesn't work for the
Temporarily.
rest of us.
And she's pictured here. She's very forthcoming in her Twitter posts, I guess. Now, Bonnet's email. What are we to do? What are we to do about this?
Read it on the show.
I think we just did it.
I guess I'm doing what I can do.
And I'm not ripping Tom. I'm just saying.
No, and he's not ripping us. So he's got a great point. What the hell are we supposed to do?
Well, stay vigilant. That's all I can do. I have 2 children. Rook has 4. That's what we're supposed to do.
And I got lucky because kids I used to have never endured any of this.
Right.
And they're all highly successful.
That you're aware of. There
Do you-
might have been
yeah,
something small that they probably handled on their own.
but they
back.
handled it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we all, Joe, you must have had teachers. I did. I was in college at the height of liberals, I mean, who were, you knew were
Is that
more,
what happened, John?
more liberal than, well, we all were. We listened to everything and then we figure out what we want to figure out.
Mhm.
That's the way that's what happened to me in college anyway. It wasn't.
Here,
So much of it.
that's interesting. Here's what I remember.
Mhm.
I remember that it was the students when I was in college who were attempting to enforce liberalism on the teachers.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I
there's
It was
remember.
turned around?
certainly some of that when
It
I
was
was
flip-
there too.
Because I never suffered a teacher attempting to indoctrinate me about anything.
Is
No,
that
I don't think indoctrination here. That's
But
not what I
she
mean.
is,
I just
John,
mean,
but this
yeah,
science
she is. You're right. But we all, you and I certainly had. I had.
No, I never had a class where I felt that I was attempting to be steered towards a certain way of thinking.
because that was back when you were a Nixon ripping lefty.
Yeah, but
Thank you, Chris.
neither did
It
I
looked like Neil Young.
Right.
in the 70s and early 80s. Neither did I.
Yeah. If anything, as I say, the movement came from without. The late 60s hippieism came from without. It did not come
Boy,
from in the classroom.
really, I'm at Bismarck Junior College. I had.
Yeah, but you're
I can
years
think of-
after me now.
Well, but this was 1977, 78.
I was long out of school by then.
All right. Yeah, maybe you're just old.
Christ.
No,
I'm
wait,
old.
that's not what I meant.
You are.
All I got.
Sorry, Joe. That was a cheap shot.
I mean, the
Yeah.
idea of a protest at St. Thomas was somebody lit a votive candle and played a Neil Young album. There wasn't.
This-
Oh man, take a look at my life. I'm a lot like you.
Oh, sorry. This woman has been in the news before, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you
Now I
share
want to
that
play.
with us?
Now I just want to sit and play old man.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was back in February or June. I'm sorry, of 2021.
Mhm.
Alpha News, St. Paul School District defense teacher who posts TikToks about gay fetishes and anarchy, and it is this teacher, 7th grade science teacher, Mandy Jung. Posts frequently on TikTok, gathered over 1 million likes. Many of her posts center around leftist ideology and non-traditional sexualities. One video, she tells her followers about a time she brought her relatively more conservative parents to a gay pride parade, after which she had to explain leather daddies to her father.
You'd have to explain it to me.
Wow.
Well, leather daddies, Joe, are gay men who
Oh.
fetishize leather clothing and sadistic sexual practices.
I'll be
Oh.
damned.
And then on and on and on the story.
There's a
goes
lot
on.
going on out there.
Joe, you know what a bear is?
And,
Yeah. They're in the woods and they're
Yep.
hey, Yogi.
Hey, Yogi. Well, here, John.
Yes.
I
yeah,
don't care about her sexuality.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn what she does or believes in or what have you. But what's happening in the country is it's being forced on the children.
Yes. I understand.
And again, the percentage of the population that are changing or whatever is minute.
It's infinitesimal,
Right.
but they control. They have more
They get the
control.
squeaky wheel.
Let me ask a devil's advocate question.
Mm-hmm.
We want the parents to take more part in this fighting back. What if the parents say 50% of them are on the side of everything that's going on? And I don't know. I don't know if it's 50%. I have no
I don't
idea.
even. I don't
I
even
think
think it's
you
a
have a-
devil's advocate question. I think you're probably.
Yeah, I think
Onto
that's
something.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, of course, we don't get any kind of fight back like the mural, that kind of thing, because the parents perhaps agree with what's on the mural.
Ooh.
And same with some of this other stuff you're just talking about with Mandy here. I don't know. I'm just throwing that out
The
there.
worst thing a teacher ever said to me was, "Does this smell like chloroform?"
Yep.
Jeez.
I'm kidding.
I hope so.
I don't get it.
We'll explain it off the.
Yeah, never mind.
We'll show you after the show.
Was it in a biology class? Science
Yeah.
class?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Such it was.
Yeah, you
in the
idiot.
back of a
I know
Home
what you
ec.
mean.
in the back
you
of
fool.
a van in
It
the
was
parking
home ec.
lot.
Yeah.
Back.
Also, she's been in the news earlier than this about the survey you talked about. I wonder if that's how perhaps Fox News
Maybe.
got a hold of her, because about 2 weeks ago, it looks like the Daily Mail wrote a story about her survey. So
Huh.
I don't know. I'm just saying maybe that's
I
how
wonder
they
where
got
she
it.
went to school.
That's a good question.
Mandy Jung.
It's always the noisy, outrageous ones getting all the pub and the TV time. It's never like the gal that Rook knows, who's just trying to teach the
The hair
kiddos.
in her bun.
Just trying to teach
hair
the
in a bun,
kiddos.
not her bun.